Kind of tucked in the back there is my little Livistona nitida, the Carnarvon gorge palm from Australia. And this is generally considered to be the hardiest of the Livistonas. I know some of you will say, oh no, Chinensis is the hardiest. Well, it is. Chinensis is a very hardy palm, but they take damage at colder temperatures and they will get fried to the ground. And it's almost like a perennial where it will come back and it takes all summer to look good. But nitida is considered to be the most cold hardy. Its fronds don't fry. I'm not sure at what temperature they'll start to turn brown, but they will continue to grow and they will actually trunk, whereas Chinensis in a lot of areas will not, because it keeps getting knocked back to the ground. So I have heard of people that have grown this one in the Pacific Northwest and have failed. So we'll see how mine does. That rhodo was kind of covering it, and I had that on purpose for some winter protection. Last year it went through the ice storm unprotected. It did take a little bit of damage, and I've shown you that before, but I'll show you again. This is the damaged frond. So the spear that was emerging, kind of the top half of it burnt, was killed. But in that time, it's grown. So if you include the cold damaged frond, it's put out 5 this year. So that's actually pretty decent, much better than like a sable, and probably in line with a small Trachycarpus that's been established, or maybe even faster. And now I've opened it up so it gets a little more sun. So this will be its second winter going to the ground. They're predicting La Nina, which could mean colder and wetter than normal, but that was last year as well. But you can kind of see, one of the big differences is the teeth on the petioles. They're pretty sharp. And this kind of has more of a matte green look to it. And the different, Chinensis has more, the fronds are more kind of like filled in, right? This one's a little bit more separated, but it's doing quite well. So we'll see how it goes this year. Trunk's been growing. I mean, I bought this as a seedling, and I think I had it in a pot for a couple of years, and I put it out last year, and this summer it's actually grown pretty well, even though it was heavily shaded. And now that I know it can kind of handle some bad stuff, I have cut back this rhodo, and I will continue to cut it back and allow this one to, have more access to sun, and we'll see how it does. So going into, it's almost fall now. I think it's I don't know what the date is, close to maybe like the 16th or the 17th. I don't even know anymore. But it's growing well. And winter number 2 is on tap. So we'll see.